Hello, my Nollywood movie fans. All I could say is scandalous. I'm talking about the movie Forever Bound, and it's starring Daniel Etim, Onyii Alex, and Ebube Neagbo. Okay, this movie opens up with Kamzi, played by Onyii, and she's out for a jog. And when she gets home, we see her husband Jerry, played by Daniel. Now, we can tell that they are a very loving and fun couple. And they actually have an anniversary coming up, and Kamzi wants to do something special and different. Okay, so they have a good night, and the next morning, Kamzi wants Jerry to go for a jog with her. But he chooses not to. He wants to stay in bed. Well, Jerry soon regrets this decision because while Kamzi is out jogging, she gets hit by a car. Jerry gets the phone call and is in total shock. He arrives at the hospital with Kamzi's sister and is given the bad news that Kamzi is in a coma. Well, Jerry spends the next several weeks by Kamzi's side until one day she wakes up out of her coma. But this joy was so short-lived because both Jerry and Kamzi's world come crashing down when they learn that Kamzi is paralyzed and will be confined to a wheelchair. Well, when Kamzi is eventually brought home, she insists that she wants to stay in her bedroom upstairs. And you see, Jerry loves her so much that he actually carries her up the stairs. Well, it doesn't last long because soon they both end up in the downstairs bedroom. So anyway, Jerry cares for Kamzi as best as he can. But you see, Kamzi is just so intent on wallowing in self-pity. I mean, no matter what Jerry does, she's just not happy or satisfied. He even cooks for her, but she refuses to eat. Well, the time comes when Jerry has to go back to work, and he needs to decide how Kamzi will be cared for. So Jerry decides to hire someone to come and give Kamzi live-in care. Now, when the help arrives, Jerry's surprised to see that it's his friend from long ago, Sade, or that's what he tells Kamzi, because Sade is really his ex-lover from the past. Now, Kamzi doesn't get good vibes from Sade, and rightfully so. You see, because Sade's old feelings for Jerry come out immediately. And what I mean by that is Sade seems to always find a reason to be around Jerry, just laughing and bringing up past experiences. Heck, she even starts cooking for him. So one day, Jerry asks Sade to help him plan the anniversary surprise for Kamzi. And she does. And it turns out very nice. But people, I'll tell you what I don't like. That's when Jerry and Sade finish making the meal that would be served for that night. Sade looks at Jerry like he's the meal. Well, anyway, when Jerry presents the surprise to Kamzi, she was not happy. In fact, she accuses Jerry of being with her out of pity and asked him for a divorce. You know, this isn't the first mean thing that Kamzi has done to Jerry. She constantly pushes him away and refuses to let him touch her in the bed. So when Sade heard her ask Jerry for a divorce, she decided to make her move on Jerry. And it worked. The two of them actually shared a kiss that very night. Sade doesn't back down. She starts to do little things that will always put her alone with Jerry, and even went so far as to invite Jerry to her room one night. And my people, he almost went, but then he stopped himself. And you know what? It's a good thing, because when Kamzi woke up, she realized she could move her hands and her arms. After that night, Jerry decided it was time for Sade to leave the house. And of course, Sade was not trying to hear any of this. She insists that she will stay And he should make Kamsi lead because she's the one that Jerry loves, not Kamsi. Well, Jerry and Sade argue about this matter. And to both of their surprise, Kamsi wheels herself out of the bedroom and tells Sade, get out of her house. Now, my people, this movie was scandalous, okay? And it was intriguing. It kept me guessing as to whether Jerry would betray his wife or not. And I found myself rooting for Kamsi to get up and go get your husband. Now, as to whether or not Kamsi and Jerry find their way back to each other, I will tell you this. Daniel Etim and Onyii Alex have great on-screen chemistry. My people, you can watch this movie right here on YouTube at Onyii TV. Please hit that like and subscribe and even share. And remember, get your Nollywood on. Bye for now.